for the thick of it all. If they don't give me room, well then I'll give them a while. I'm gonna smoke my tires when the victory calls. I'm gonna be there, be there. I wanna see my face up on the jumbo screen. Feel the white hot metal of a winning machine. Because you win or you lose and there's no in between. I wanna be there, be there, be there.
NASCAR on speed. Be there.
2 races left to make it into the postseason, and it is as intense as it has ever been this season. We're here at the Kentucky Speedway for the running of the KFC 250 in the Pennzoil Truck Series. Keith Stevens in the 25 has the pole for today's race. To his outside is the 77 of Michael Sanders. Then third's racer. Fourth is Cole Luigi. He's also fourth in points coming into this race. And rounding out the top 5, we have Jack Canaramo. In 6th, it's Anthony Hernandez. 7th place, we have Landon Lyons. In 8th, it's Matt Hamill. 9th place is Mike Burrow. And Jake Galloway rounds out the top 10. The rest of the field is Francis Dustin. To his outside is Anton Charles Bois. Then behind them, Reese Bennett and Riley Sprague, who won last race out. He's looking for another win or a great result to get himself into the postseason. Then we have Jay Jefferson and Oliver Galloway. Behind them, Kashawn Richardson and Danny Lloyd. Then there's Greg Lee and Roland Cook, along with Eli Tomlin and Mathis Wells. And we have Max Rossi, who's third in points, and Trey Rainey in the 18. Then there's Tim Randolph and Blake Petrus. Lawrence Palempon with Luke Rainey. Then we have Jonathan Beeford and Derek Bouchard, who is our points leader coming into this race. Then there's Danny Bright, who is second in points, and Daniel Price. Then Ricky Miller and Cynthia Bright. And in the final row, we have Marshall Burrow and Stephen Taylor to his outside. So there's our 36 truck field for the KFC 250. Let's get going with our starting command.
Drivers, start your engines.
And there's the command to get our trucks fired up here today for the second to last race to make the chase for the Pennzoil Truck Series. Stevens rolls off the starting grid. To his outside will be Michael Sanders for the green flag. Should be a fun race here this afternoon. Kentucky will see some 3 and 4 wide action in these trucks, and it's going to be wild to try and make the chase. And the battle for the points as well, even though it doesn't really matter towards the chase, is very intense. Derek Bouchard has a 4-point gap over Danny Bright. They start at the back of the field as Cole Lugi's fallen to 4th in points. He starts 4th here today. So who's going to win? Kentucky will be a repeat winner. Will it be someone who can try and use that win to make the chase, or will it be someone just trying to save their seasons from being a complete disaster? 26 laps to find this out as we come into the trial, but we are green at the Kentucky Speedway. Diving to the bottom to lead lap 1 is Racer in the 30. That's 5 bonus points for him. They can be pretty big. He has 2 wins on the season, but he's not in the postseason because he's not top 20 in points. A top 20 in points for him would be huge for a season. And those 5 points could definitely help. Every point matters for Racer and his team at this point. Landon Lyons moves to the inside of the 4. There are a 4 wide in the pack, even 5 wide at points. To the bottom now, Francis Dustin in the A4. Riley Sprague to come 4 wide in the bottom lane, the 60 truck. Remember we said he's won 2 races this season. He's not in the postseason. He's looking for a great result here or a win to try and get himself into the chase. Dustin leads to their 4 wide for a second. Riley Sprague beating and banging with Matt Hamill to the bottom. Sprague for the lead in the 60. Gets a little tight down low, the 7 through the middle. Here comes Matt Hamill. Contact inside the top 5 as they're 4 wide. Look at that pack down the back stretch. Trucks on the bottom getting a little tight, but Riley Sprague looking for 5 points here towards his chase chances. Coming up 4. He moves up to the middle. Here comes the 0-0 down low with Oliver Galloway. To the start-finish line. Sprague leads the lap, I believe, as they're now 4 wide for the lead. And to Charles Bois in the middle. They're 4 by 4 in the pack. I just don't see this working out at any point. They're trying to go 5 wide off turn 2. Contact into the wall for Sprague. They're wrecking backstretch. And about the whole field's involved. Derek Bouchard, our points leader. Danny Bright as well. Bouchard slides up. Some trucks get away. The caution flag, Stephen Taylor and Luke Ray at the end with Jay Jefferson. Stephen Taylor still getting hit. The yellow flag early on as they were trying to go 5 wide. Richardson, the 21, leads us back, and we were talking about Rice. We needed a great day. He's involved. Racer got through in the 30. Lloyd as well in the 17. So the caution is out for the first time. There's our points there. Bouchard with his damage. Jake Gow in the 11 with damage. There's Spiro Tube in the 60. He has damage. Code Luigi damaged. The big one. Backstretch takes out most of the field. Riley Spiro Tube, one of the first to go around the 60 truck. We'll see what happened, Brown. At the caution flag, they tried to go 5 wide off turn number 2. That was never going to work out. Here they are coming off turn number 2. Riley Spiro Tube may move from the top lane to the middle. Goes 5 wide here off turn number 2. The contact is made right there as the 60 goes down to the 20. They get down into the wall for the 11. The 60 around. They go in front of the whole field. Danny Bright hard on the gas as they spin ahead. The 15, Derek Bouchard involved. There's Code Luigi backwards. Eli Tomlin gets into him. There's the 18 into the wall. Trey Rainey, the 7 of Matt Hamill to the inside wall. Jake Galloway, his teammate, there with them. The 28 of Max Rossi, the 4 of Landon Lyons. All involved in this melee down the backstretch. A lot of trucks involved here in this. That's most of the field taken out. Looks like Danny Bright's going to be the one in position to take over the points. He did get involved in this. He just spun the 15 though into the inside wall and didn't get any damage himself. So Danny Bright in the position to take over the points at the end of this day. Look at all the trucks though scattered here on the backstretch in this pile. Just in a heap of a mess. The only good thing for him is that the only contact he made was with the outside wall. He spun back down, so he should be able to keep it in the race. The question is, how competitive is that truck going to be because of the damage? Let's go on board. Derek Bouchard, the 15, came into this race with a slim 4-point margin from Danny Bright. They run nose to tails. The big one happens in front, and the 88 ends up spinning on 15. Have enough damage to begin with, and the 88 couldn't let off the time, and Danny Bright spins the 15 to the wall and brings out the caution flag. Let's also go on for second in points. Danny Bright was 4 points behind Derek Bouchard. Now he sees the points that are right in front of him. Barely any contact there with the 15. It looks like he was kind of further into him than when we saw there on the onboard. He wasn't really close to him. Code Luigi, 4th in points involved in this. It's been a horrible situation for Code Luigi. They were about ready to wreck anyway. Behind. But Racer and the others finding a gap through the outside to get by. They did a great job. And then we'll finally go on board with Riley Spiro Tube, the 60. Won the last race out. 2 wins this season. Looking for another one here today, but gets caught 4 and 5 wide madness. Once again, they actually getting the ad right there from the outside wall. Obviously, he's going to be dancing a little slower, we assume. But it could have been a lot worse for Spiro Tube. He should be able to keep it in the race as well, which is good for his chase chances, because maybe some drivers that are just inside the top 20 points may have been involved and may be out of this race. So it would be interesting to see how that goes. Okay, Sean Rich in the 21 leads us back to the caution flag. Not many trucks made it back. The 21 stays on the racetrack. He'll lead us back to the green flag and the KFC 250 here at Kentucky. Coming back here with 18 laps of racing to go. Krishan Rich in the 21 out, framing us to the caution flag, the leads to the green flag. From that crash, that was Stephen Taylor, Daniel Price, Luke Rainey, Blake Petrus, Max Rossi, Jay Jefferson, and Jake Galloway. So that's big because Galloway has 3 victories, remember, on the season. If he falls outside the top 10, he will definitely take a wild card up. Max Rossi's inside the top 10 points. Blake Petrus trying to make the chase. So a lot of big stories there. Derek Bouchard still left in the race. Our points there, 28th. 29 trucks on the racetrack. Sean Rich and Oliver Galloway, the 5 of Reese Bennett, Anton Charlebois, and Danny Bright are the front 5. Green flag back in the air for the KFC 250. All right to the bottom. Goes to double zero for Anton Charlebois, of Oliver Galloway to turn 1. Galloway easily takes it as they come off turn number 2. Here comes Anton Charlebois in the bottom lane, digging hard. The 51 truck down the back stretch. Anthony Hernandez, the 13. The 41 of Tim Randolph also on the inside. The 51, the big push to get beneath the double zero. And we'll get by through 3 and 4. Anthony Charlebois going to clear off turn 4 to lead here at Kentucky. Don't count Anthony Hernandez there in the bottom lane. Here he comes onto the apron. Looking to the inside to turn 1. Side by side with the 51. Hernandez going to take the top spot away. But Tim Randolph from the 41 coming down the bottom lane. Randolph to the bottom down the backstretch. They're 3 wide in the pack already. 13 tried to get clear, couldn't get that done, but now he does because the 21 made a move down to the bottom lane. Sean Rich in the 21, big move. Slows up the momentum from second on back and allows Hernandez to get clear. Hernandez will lead the lap for 5 points. Now to the bottom, Danny Lloyd looking to try and make the chase on wildcard spot. 16 to go here at Kentucky. Anthony Hernandez leads and he's pulling away as they battle for second on back. Down the backstretch of their race. Here comes the 47, Roland Cook to the bottom lane. Dave Bright, who's in position to take over the points, is stuck in the middle lane. Marshall Burrell, the 10 to the bottom. Hernandez continues to lead, 15 to go this time by. Michael Sanders barely hanging on to the draft right now, the 77. He's basically the last truck in this pack. 47, up the racetrack, Rowan Cook. Almost wrecked there. Burrow trying to get clear to close in onto that 13 Hernandez. 4 wide down the backstretch. It's a 2 of Mathis Wells, last season's champion in the middle of it. Now Wells trying to make the chase as well. He's not in a position if he can win this race though. He could go into Richmond with a shot. Right now he's in the middle of a 4-wide racer looking for his 3rd win of the season. It would be his biggest of the season. It'll get him into a position to make the postseason. Currently 2 trucks though pulled away. It's Marshall Burrow trying to chase down Anthony Hernandez coming to halfway. Hernandez, once he got out front, has led every lap so far since he got out front. As they're 4 wide further back, Kershaw Merchant gets clear for 3rd. We'll see if Burrow can close down to that 13 and make a move through 3 and 4. Hernandez going to lead at halfway as he comes off turn number 4. 13 truck leads at the cross flags halfway through the event. 13 laps of racing to go. Hernandez, Burrow, and Merchant have pulled away. Now Merchant for 2nd. To the inside the 10. Gets tight down low and has to lift. Allows the 10 to get back by. And now down the back stretch. 3 trucks pull away. Hernandez, Burrow, Richardson to turn 3. The 07, Jonathan Buford is also cleared. The 5 of Reese Bennett coming. There's Racer and the 30 moving up high. Jack K. Rowan coming on the bottom lane. The 50. The 12 of Ricky Miller as well. 4 again. The 21. To the inside the 10. Kershaw Richardson gonna grab 2nd through 1 and 2. Reese Bennett gonna grab 3rd down the backstretch. The 5 truck with a run. Gets beside the 10. They have lap traffic ahead. 18 Trey Rainey is severely off the pace. The 14 Greg Lee not that far ahead of him. And coming to 11 to go, they will definitely catch these drivers unless they can have a caution very quickly here. Oh, Tomlin around the 3. No yellow yet. The 3 sideways. Still sideways on the racing surface. Now the yellow flag will come out. Tomlin spun. That's going to save these drivers from lap traffic. They are racing back to the caution flag. Side by side, Richardson trying to take the top spot away from Anthony Hernandez. Coming to 10 laps of racing to go. Richardson down low. Hernandez up top. Does Trey Rainey follow lap down to the yellow flag? He will. Richardson back in front now. Who gets by the 18 on this race back? Yeah, that race back because now Ray's going to be restarting in the middle of this field. So the yellow comes out. Richardson leads us back in the 21. And the yellow has come out for Tomlin taking the spin the 3 truck. We'll see what the reason for the caution flag, the 2nd one of the night. It's coming with about 10 laps of racing to go here in Kentucky. Here it is. Here's the reason for the caution flag. Eli Tomlin the 3 backing up through the field. Here comes the 77 Michael Sanders down to his bottom lane. Just gets into the quarter panel, never lifts. So I think Sanders and the 3 of Tomlin may have had some sort of issue. Tomlin goes for a slide right here in the 3. The caution doesn't come out as he's spinning sideways. Still perpendicular to the racing surface. Finally, as he comes up and trucks are coming through, the yellow has to wave. He's sitting sideways in the middle of the racing surface, basically stopped. And this gives up a late race restart here at Kentucky. So Tomlin first, spin off turn number 4, contact with Michael Sanders. So obviously I think Sanders may not have been happy with what Tomlin had done at some point. Because he just flat out dumped him right there. Luckily the 3 did not make contact with anything, so he'll be fine. He'll restart, I think in the 20th position, somewhere around there. So he gets back to the caution flag right there. He has to race back still. Right there, 21st is where he'll restart this race with Rise 32 just behind him. So the caution came out. Kershaw Merchant in the 21 got by. Anthony Hernandez leads back to the caution flag. And it's going to be a very interesting late race restart. 4 drivers ahead of the 18 Trey Rainey, who is lap truck. So who was going to get the victory lane? The KFC 250. Can the drivers behind Trey Rainey get around him to try and battle for the win at the end? We will restart the KFC 250 with 6 laps of racing to go. Kershaw Richardson out front once again for this restart. No changes there to the drivers out there. Just 28 trucks on the lead lap now. So the 18 Trey Rainey is following the lap down. He's restarting 5th in line, or 29th. Kershaw Richardson trying to hold on for the victory. Anthony Hernandez looking for his first Truck Series win in 2nd. Jonathan B for 3rd. Ricky Miller 4th there. The 4 trucks ahead of the 18 Trey Rainey, the lap truck. And then 5th place Reese Bennett going to try and get around the 18 fast. They have Oliver Galloway, Tim Randolph, Jack Caron, Anton Sharplaw, and Marshall Burrell as the front 10. Back racing at Kentucky. Trucks up to the outside of the 18 Trey Rainey. Rainey down the apron trying to get out of the way. Here comes the move for 3rd. As up front for the lead, Hernandez with a run to turn 1. To the inside. Anthony Hernandez, Kershaw Richardson side by side turn 2. Rainey trying to get out of the way the best he can down the back stretch. He lost most of the trucks to get by. Hernandez clears to turn 3. Richardson coming back with a run to 21. as they come out turn 4. 5 laps of racing to go at Kentucky. Yellow flag would end it. Hernandez leads. Richardson second. Miller third. Randolph fourth. Charlebois fifth. The move for second. Ricky Miller to the inside of the 21. Side by side for second down the backstretch. Hernandez loves what he's seeing, trying to stay out front. Richardson back by on the outside. Now Richardson looking to the bottom lane through 3-4. A little bit lower. To the inside, corner exit. Gets that side draft. Try to pull the 13 back. 4 to go now. Side by side for the lead to turn 1. Richardson the before lane in the inside lane. Charlebois gonna grab second away. Now looking for the lead. Here comes Anton Charlebois, the 51. For the lead down the backstretch. Off to turn 3, stays side by side with the 21. Up top the 21 to 13. Here comes Ricky Miller down to the bottom. Jonathan Beefer as well. Corner exit for Charlebois. Still side by side with Richardson. 3 to go. The 51 led the lap. Here comes Anthony Hernandez to the middle lane, trying to get the run to turn 1. If he get clear of that 12, he has a shot. He has a good run off turn 2. Can he get clear? Charlebois pulls away down the backstretch. Hernandez trying to get clear of Ricky Miller to have a shot. Can't quite get it done yet. Now he's clear. Hernandez to second and clear. Another shot. Coming to 2 to go. 3 miles left to Kentucky. Charlebois leads. Hernandez to second, looking to the inside of the tri-oval. Side by side for the lead to turn 1. Anthony Hernandez using the bottom lane will get clear. But Anton Charlebois, can he get clear and get in line? White flag, this time behind the KFC 250. Side by side for a second. Hernandez pulls away. Tight for the 12 down low. Charlebois off the outside. Is going to have 1 lap to get back by Hernandez to the tri-oval. White flag in the air. Last lap in the KFC 250. Anthony Hernandez leads. Now Charlebois to the inside to turn 1. Has the position down low. Side by side. Anton Charlebois on the inside. Hernandez getting the run on the outside. Down the backstretch for the final time here in Kentucky. They stay side by side. Off to turn 3, 3 wide for third. Anton and Charlebois. The run on the inside. Gonna get clear for Hernandez off turn 4. Charlebois to victory lane. Charlebois wins the KFC 250 in Kentucky. Hernandez went to sell for second again. Charlebois time to move right to get that victory lane here in Kentucky. Let's go check the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the KFC 250 Kentucky. 2 caution flags for 8 laps and 10 lead changes, 6 different drivers in laps. Anton Charlebois out front at the right time. Victory lane for that number 51 truck here at Kentucky. Anthony Hernandez so close to another victory. Will end up second. Another great point save for him though, but man, he was so close to a victory. 9 laps led for him. Ricky Miller ends up third. Lawrence Poundpound fourth, and Danny Lloyd in fifth. Then we have Oliver Galloway 6th, Jack Cameron 7th, Reese Bennett 8th, Kishon Richardson most laps led for him with 10, he ends up 9th, and Marshall Burrow rounds out the top 10. As we look at the top 20, Keith Stevens down 18th from the pole. He was obviously damaged at the end, first truck out of that pack. Sanders in 17th was the last truck in that pack. Danny Bright ends up 16th. It's enough to take over the points lead as Derek Bouchard had a miserable day, damaged and riding around at the back. Bouchard ended up 24th as we had 26 trucks on the lead lap at the end. Landon Lyons, Matt Hamill at some point fell a lap down. They possibly had to make pit stops. They ended up 27th and 28th and 30th on down to 36th out due to crash damage. Let's now go see how the point shakeup entering the final race before the chase. 17 races into the season, and it all comes down to these final few races before the chase. Here are the point standings. Danny Bright has taken over the points lead, 20 points over Derek Bouchard, who is second. Cole Luigi is 30-66 back. Ricky Miller is fourth, and Anthony Hernandez up to fifth. Then Max Rossi 6th. Anton Charlebois, that win, is up to 7th. Jake Galloway down to 8th. Oliver Galloway in 9th, and Keith Stevens has the final spot inside the top 10. So we look at the top 20. The front 6 separated by less than 100 points. But then Jake Galloway is 73 points behind Anton Charlebois. So I believe if you're front 7 in points, you're pretty good. Even if you're Jake Galloway, you're feeling pretty good. You have 2 victories on the season. You'll probably get a wild card if you fall outside. They have drivers like Oliver Galloway without a win, but Keith Stevens, those 2 victories as well, they could save him. Right now, as we go into the final race, Danny Lloyd in 11th has the victory and is a wild card spot, along with Michael Sanders, who is 14th. But the race for that wild card is close. If Danny Lloyd gets 7 more points, he can bump out Keith Stevens, and then Stevens with those 2 victories will get a wild card. Then Michael Sanders is only 16 points above Mike Burrow, so it's close there. As we look down, it could be closer as well. Riley Spurley is 10 points out of a top 20 position. He needs 10 points. If he gets those 10 points, he will possibly get a wild card. And then you have drivers like Luke Rainey. He needs another victory. If he gets another victory, he can get inside the top 20 and get a wild card. And then Ray Serve, 2 victories. If he gets inside the top 20, he is possibly a wild card. So it is close for this wild card spot. And that's not all definite, because if Jake Galloway or Keith Stevens fall outside, they will take up a wild card spot. So if someone like Riley Spurley, Luke Rainey, or Ray Serve bump in with 2 victories, they may not get the wildcard spot if both Stevens and Galloway fall outside. So it's going to be an intense battle at Richmond to see who can get the wildcard spot. So Richmond, the final race to make the chase is the Gatorade 200. I'll see you guys then.